There's been a lot of conversation in the modern day about the idea of there not being original films. And I always struggle with that notion as somebody who watches a lot of films. And I'm curious your take on that. Do you feel like we live in a time where there's no original films, or do you feel like there's more out there than people are giving credit?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, not to link it back to my interview, but I am. Speaking with Joshua Oppenheimer, the first thing I said to him was like, thank you for making something original. Like, whatever you think about the film, good or bad, I was like, at least it's original, which I think is, it's tricky to make stuff like that. I'm someone who's kind of against like the sequel, reboot, all that kind of refranchise of things. Yeah, and it's sometimes really why I go back to like indie cinema. Like I just think that's where the original concepts are. But yeah, we're in a crazy time, and I think it doesn't help with like the streaming stuff. A lot of some of the original content like made like on Prime or Netflix, like it can be original, but like it's also not an original story. Like, there's a couple of like archetypes of story routes people go down, and it's
Right.
like, oh, tick box. But yeah, or anything that's like franchised reboots. Saying that, I am kind of curious to see the Final Destination film coming out, for example, because
Right.
I've never seen them, so I need to rewatch. I need to watch them
Really?
first. Yeah. As a horror fan with all the horror things behind it.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, I've like missed that one, so I'm excited for that one. But like when they did the like again like horror like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I was like, oh, and especially that was Netflix made. So I'm quite it's such a weird time for like films. But that's why things are great that are like Mubi, where you get to see a lot of like international films, indie films. I try and seek it out, but it's so hard. Like I think the average film watcher, whether they're like they just watch their blockbusters, they just go and see the Marvels, they see, whatever's on streaming, they're just going to see the stuff that's on the homepage. Whereas like we might go and like dig in and find those more interesting and unique stories. But I think to the masses, I think we're just getting kind of a lot of recycled stuff, which is a shame.